Okay. Let's see how this works. I hope it's working just fine. Weird that I... There we go. I'm about to say, like, I wasn't seeing any audio differences on that front. Okay. So today, the plan is to do a little bit of terraforming. It's just... Huh. Huh. That just spawned in. Maltripley? You're useless. Anyways. Yes. We are gonna be doing some terraforming. Not over here, though. God, my frames are just awful today. First, I'm gonna grab what little grass I actually have remaining. And, yeah, I have a shulker I can use. We're gonna we're gonna tackle the quarry area for right now. We will come back over to this area later on. It's just, there's some spoilers right now, so I don't want to work over there. Cool. But we'll begin the process of working over in this area. So what I want to do is get rid of the ruined portal. I might do something there with a crane and put the nether portal over here there, since, you know, that's where the ruined portal used to be. But focusing more on this. I like the idea of the cave still being here. But I just want to clean it up a little bit. I want to terraform this hill. But what we're going to have is we're going to have a bridge that expands this gap, so you kind of see over the edge here. So you can see into the actual cavern. And we'll have to smooth this out, which is the big plan for today, is to take this and smooth it out down there so it can go back up. Which means there's plenty of grass to place. You know, it goes, life goes. So I think probably smoothing it out to a nicer grade would be better than doing what I'm doing. So let's get rid of these trees. These are going to be in the way. I thought I had, oh, beds over there. That's why. It's not over here. Okay. Didn't mean to open that. I would say good morning, but it is currently like 9:40 at night for me. It is definitely not morning. But good morning to ya. Okay. As you can see, this area needs so much work done to it. It's very messy. I've started a little bit of work on this edge. That'll continue around the whole thing. I don't currently have the resources to do that. With keeping in mind the bigger, more massive terraforming project that I have planned. Which I have no idea when or how I'm going to make the time to actually do it. Yeah, that's... I don't talk about that stuff on the internet. Well, Minecraft is a great game just to jump into. That's for damn sure. I've been on and off with, well, I say on and off as I have all of this. But, I get on when I can. Got a lot of things in my life that sometimes prevent that from happening, but I try to do it when I can and enjoy it. I don't have torches. I should get torches. Yes, I should get torches. Forgot. Freaking... Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum. God, I really cannot click and place today. Jesus. Let's get some stone. I think that'll help a little bit. First, the wrong one needs a YouTube. I need that. Then I have to fill those back up soon. Oh, mostly just the food chest. I am already running out of grass. I was really hoping that would take me further. Actually, I could start using that area to gather grass and all that, but no, I can't. It's all full of snow. Okay, I'll think of something. Yeah, it's whenever 1.18 came out. Which was 3-ish years ago now. Still working in it. Almost 3,000 days. Hello. I don't understand the volcano thing. I need torches. I don't need to make another mob farm. into my terraforming. We don't talk about my storage. It's awful. It somehow makes sense to me, even though I've quite literally just forgotten where I've put my torches. But yeah, for those who don't know, that's actually where I spawned in down there. That was area 1 of multiple areas soon to come. Okay, now I got torches, I can actually light up my terraforming, so I don't create a massive mob farm. So now, what I'm thinking is take this. This needs a kind of a natural spillway. Yeah, it just takes practice. I might not be able to draw, but I can do this. And maybe some color theory has gone into some of this, which way over the top. Don't need to do that. Best part is doing all this while being an engineering student. And living the college life for way too many years. Yeah, that's why I do this. If I have massive projects, it keeps me going. So when I'm like, I should do something with this. I mean, last 900-ish days, I didn't spend any of it in my main base, where I started building a new flower forest thing, because I'm like, well, I want to transfer my end portal, so why not? Did that. Built the quarry. Built that as a side project. Fly out. That was my side project. Went back to the flower forest, came back here, did 2 buildings, and then went back over there. Yeah. It's not necessarily like, oh, you're alone in the world and all that. You just gotta work on what makes you excited to work on it. And besides, it's a nice distraction from everything else going on in life. So, can't complain. this up. Probably the only freaking person that does this when they're actually working. And that's fine. You play to your strengths. That's how I do it. I mean, SMP is what got me to play survival Minecraft for the first time, so there's that. I used to just be a creative builder, and then I joined when COVID hit. Joined the school, the people from school who were doing an SMP, just like, oh, let's all play together. And the rest is history. Okay. So, sloping this. Let me do this. Kind of basing it. Yeah, I am not one of those people. I go, what's the least amount of deep slate I can mine to do my project? Oh, that? Then I will mine exactly that. We had a few newer projects coming along, which, for anyone who does know my Minecraft habits, will know the infamous mountain. And that is the next, I'd say, mega project, which we'll see. It's I think the total tally currently, and that's if I don't add anything else to it, that terraforming project is somewhere around the 200-ish thousand block mark, which is bound to change when I actually start doing the terraforming. But that's that current project's status. And obviously I'll have other projects on the side, which will keep my focus away from getting burned out with the mountain. Besides, terraforming is very soothing for me, because the mountain's the first bit of terraforming I've actually properly planned. All the others have been kind of just happened. Okay, that's fun. I mean, I could talk louder, but like I said, it is very late at night. There's gotta be a way for projector. Oh god, there's filters. Okay, adjust desktop audio. Do I have a one for here? Okay, no, it's cool. Jeez. There we go. That is quite literally as loud as it gets, and I talk quieter a lot lately, so That's just kind of where my voice sits at. Streamlabs has said no to that. It's like, no, you're full volume already. There is no more volume to give. In terms of volume, we have no volume. I think I'm okay with a little bit of grass showing there. Don't like how flat this is though. Okay, come up here. Okay, so how much more grass do I have now? Okay, enough to do that. Perfect. Okay. Did I forget? No. Okay, I was completely out in here. Let me take this. I know a Factorio, just never played it. Never played it. Not my kind of game. There we go. Yeah. I made a flower village. Because why not? There's a lot of terraforming happened, so maybe I have... Oh, sweet. There we go. Another shocker of grass. Yeah, it still has a lot of work ahead of it. Gotta build some outer housing. I gotta build... Don't know if I'm gonna do a sheep farm or another sniffer farm or be a new one of each. Unsure. Okay, now we have another shulker of grass, which means I can actually tackle removing and be fixing this up. Because this has been an eyesore for a very long time. Honestly, I need to find, because there's this massive overhang that I've yet to get rid of. Okay, so there's the flat face. Because I don't want the overhangs, because, well, disaster's waiting to happen by doing that. So if I can figure out where that's coming out. Okay, so it's coming out somewhere about here. Jeez. Okay. There. Then that can kind of get covered over. Though I would like to save some of... Actually, yeah, give me the nether brick, actually. I need this. As you can see, I have decided to start using netherrack and building, which is a dangerous idea for me. Ow. Ow. Please stop. Stop. I would like to not be on fire. Thank you. Okay. Where's... Did I bring the bed up here, or is it still down side? That is 12 hours away at home. That is not in the possibility realms. And I don't go home for another... When do I go home then? Yes. Christmas time? Somewhere around there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make this a plateau for crane so this can sit up here, and then I'll make a pathway down. Yes. There we go. Problem solved. Even though that's still a lot of terraforming. This wall is fairly flat. Like I was like, we'll work near the quarry, and I've just slowly transitioned down into my actual quarry. I need to tear this back ever so slightly. There we go. We shall see. The only reason I say that is because, well, I am currently working on top of doing everything else I do in my life now, which is a lengthy list that I never stop working. That is the joke. I am a workaholic at heart, and always will be. So it's difficult to find time to do certain things, especially with everything else. Like I'm a member of a performance team, which sucks up a lot of my time, especially since now I am an e-board member. So it is part of my responsibility to make sure the cloud still runs and that doesn't fall over overnight. Then currently I'm on co-op, so I have my job to worry about, which is something I have to take very serious because of what I do. Can't fuck around when you're working on multi-million-dollar machines. So it's just like, it's a balancing act, as everything else is. And you can't have one without the other. I should have left that there. How do I actually... Oh, I know what I'm using this for. This is going to be the pathway to the crane. Oh, I do need to, like, not make it steep. Or this is a service road to get to it, and the carts have to go around that way. You know, I like that idea because that means that becomes a future me problem and not a current me problem to solve. Oh, yeah. Right now I couldn't ask for anything more. It can be 95 degrees outside and I am not really sweating my ass off no more. Way better than working in a lumber mill like I used to. Besides, this is only for a little while. It's not like it's a permanent thing. I still have a college degree to finish, so it could never be a permanent thing. Jesus. I like long shifts because that means you have a little bit extra time, but 12 hours is... Yeah, no bueno. No thank you. Says you're also working with food, so you have to deal with gowning up and all that. Which, after been trained on it, because clean room protocols that I sometimes have to follow, it's not fun. I can say that much for certainty. Defined very well. Actually, do not say that on the internet. Do not ever state how much you get paid on the internet. Bad idea. Actually, I say it would have to probably pay half decent to have anyone want to keep that job, so can't be too terrible on the pay front. Working conditions, yeah, but you work 12 hours and all that. It's not, maybe it's just me and all that, but I remember working in the lumber mill and it was somewhere around that for night shift. And that's what it used to work. So it at the end of the day, glad I did it. But not a career. At least not for me, it ain't no career. Okay, now I gotta figure out how do I want to get this to work. I want it to. Because I want to come. No, what path blocks exist. Actually, we'll go. And then I can make this the area for that. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Or just make this the platform and make this the platform. And then a crane can sit on here. Saves me a little bit of terraforming, plus gets some of my dirt black. Dirt black? Dirt back. Yes. So keep this flattened out. This will be the base of the crane to get up, and that'll sit higher. Actually no, this should be the outpost. The brake station. So this is where that'll sit. Okay. Okay. Yes. It's all come together. That's another adjust. Crane sits here, loads, and I can load up. Actually, I'll just make this where the carts come. Yes, carts will go there. And then that'll be the walking path. That'll be the path that actually goes down. Yes. Okay. Figured it out. Took a while, but figured it out. God, these chairs are not comfortable here. Bum, bum, bum. Then, yeah, I could make this into a pathway for carts, I think. Can I? Yes. Yeah, I can do that. Though, I would prefer just to have this to break up the solid line. I can give it a large boom. I don't like that sound. Don't know why he spawned in a tree, but he spawned in a tree. And where's The baby's in there. Okay. Come here, you little shit. Die. Okay. Oh, you're also stuck. Yeah, I can make you unstuck. There, you're unstuck now. I have no sympathy for baby zombies. If that wasn't already very apparent. Yeah, you're all stuck over there. That's fine. You're not bugging me, so you can stay there. Before you actually start bugging me. Da, da, da. Oh, didn't mean to put that there. I can't commit to a server. I can't. Not with my job and not with my responsibilities. It's just, here I'm lucky to log on maybe once in a while in the week when I don't have anything else going on. But this is the last week before the semester starts back up. Oh. Nothing good in here. Didn't realize that was here, but nothing good in it. Yeah, it's not like I'm on a server, no. Servers don't go for 3 years. At least not ones I've ever been a part of. They typically go for, if you're lucky. I think the last one went for a year and a bit, which it's not bad. Just not ideal. That's why I don't do, like, if I were to ever join a server, I'd do a small build. Because you do a big build, you get invested in it, and then it ends up being, I might show screenshots one day, but not today. But you end up with builds being uncompleted, and it's not the greatest feeling in the world to abandon a project that you're actually really enjoying. So like what are you gonna hit, pillager? Apparently I can't hit anything. Good lord. Die. Thank you. Oh my god. Nope. And done. There we go. I will not play Bedrock. Flat out will not play Bedrock. Bedrock, A, glitchy. B, the movement is different enough that it drives me nuts. Bedrock's controls are a lot stiffer. They don't have any slip like the Java ones. So like when I move, there's like, you stop. Bedrock, it's like I'm always on ice, and I hate that so much. Like I wouldn't mind if Java was slightly slippy, but it's Java, when you stop, you stop. Bedrock, that's not the case. You feel like you slide for like a few frames, which is noticeable. It's not that Bedrock's inherently bad. It's... I've played Java for so long now that... And the old version of Bedrock, the classic version, is very different than the version that it is now. So my old references and all that are not the same. I tried Bedrock once when I was invited into a building server a few years back, and I didn't enjoy it. Flat out didn't enjoy it. And it was mostly because there was a little bit because of the people involved, because they were like, oh, you have to be active so many X amount of time in a week, and I'm like, that is so much commitment. When I flat out told all of you that, nope, I am in fact a college student starting college. I might be a builder, yes, but I cannot make time be irrelevant. That'll stay for the meantime, because I want to remember that there's actually was a portal there. This we're gonna fix up. And first, time to commit more deforestation. Yay! As one friend said, my chests are an admission of guilt for climate control. And yep, they are. I have destroyed forests to build my own. Welcome to Minecraft. Do I want to push this further back? Yes. I'm out of stone. Ow. That was a terrible display of flying. Anything else to drop? No. I'm bringing the bed out with me. I don't want to keep flying. I don't want to fly back and forth, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Yeah, it was a bit iffy when I did it, but it is flattering to know, like, oh, skills are good enough to do it at least, or be considered for a position of one of those, like, anyone would give you the time of day, so there's always a little bit of, I'm trying to think of the best word, I guess, maybe not validation, but you know, at least you're doing in the, I guess in the terms of like objective, like subjectively, people can think, oh, this is ass. Some people will think, oh, this is great. Like, it's subjective, but it's all in the eyes of the beholder. Okay. Good. I don't want to do more deforestation. I already have way too much oak and birch. This will be the platform for loading up a cart with a crane that'll sit over here which I'm now realizing it's going to have to swing out at an angle, or I put the stone over that way and have this ready to build up. I will worry about that later, because that sounds like a pain in the butt to do. This that needs to be taken down, and I think I'm gonna take that down all the way, take this down a bit, probably to here, and raise that all up. I think that's what I will do. There's that. Then a amount, and I will do this, because this is going to be a pathway for workers to go from here up to here. So it doesn't need to be that wide. Not really. So I'll try to skim out where I can. Oh, shites. Oh. Sorry about that. Freaking neck starting to bother me again. Ugh. Just get random pains in my neck now after everything, after the one bit of skill issue I had, but it's not too, it's not as nearly as bad as what it was. Which, let me be clear, that should not be a metric you use to validate things, but here I am. Yes. We'll do that. Somehow I'm still in the No Broken Bone Club, even though I flipped a snowmobile onto myself on tarmac. So it's honestly a miracle I am still in the No Broken Bone Club. A fracture is still broken. If I fracture a part, the part is still broken. Like, it's not any different. Can't use your word games here. A hairline fracture is still a break. Bring this up. That was really aggressive, Jesus. Take this down. This is a lot of just me kind of going, yeah, man, maybe. Let me try this. Let me figure this. And I'm just at the end of the day going to be like, you know what? It works. It's good for what I need it to be. That can't be the same height. Give that some depth. Okay, ignoring this thing, if I could get up to here on this side completed, that'll be this done. A little bit of this, and maybe we'll come back to this side and kind of bring this kind of over this way to kind of break it slowly up. Be like, oh, they kind of did this to help keep the bank up, rather than take this whole bank down. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Building anything in real life is very... It's not as easy as people think it is. There's a lot that goes into it. And the big thing is that you have to kind of be very wary of how you place certain things. You just can't go willy-nilly and go, oh yeah, this works here. You gotta be careful about, like, every door frame has to have a double header, every window has to have a double header. You also have to take into consideration how it looks and resell value because of the looks, and it's a process. Oh, I kind of figured that because I've done the building stuff before, and it's... Don't get me wrong, loved it and would absolutely do it again. It was a lot of fun, but it is so much work. Well, I've been called out on my lack of spelling once again. So for those of you who are unaware, good at numbers. The letters, not so much. I cannot spell to save my life. So, yeah. I'm honestly gonna leave it because it's funny and it might prevent me... It won't prevent me from making the same mistake again. It won't. But, you know, it's a little thing for those who are paying attention that I can't spell, apparently, anything. Fuck. Keep falling, and I don't want to. This needs something here. And I'm going to put that there to break up that line that's forming. Well, hardcore, whatever you build, make sure it's practical. I don't play hardcore because I am a klutz. I'll die for stupid reasons. And for me, it's not always about, like, it. I'm not deterred, or I don't get bored. I shouldn't say deterred. As you can see, I'm not very good at keeping my footing and knowing my surroundings sometimes. For me, it's more about the building. Having different things to build on and seeing how it develops. Like, okay, we're going to go on a little detour. Gives me a little break from staring at the same thing. That's another thing. Projects, give yourself breaks so you don't look at the same thing. So when you come back, you see a fresh set of eyes, or you see something you just were completely blind to originally. But what I did over here was I started up on the mountain, and then I kind of... A lot of these builds, they're only... Actually, that's been planned out somewhat in creative, because I'm trying a different style. I wouldn't say style. Well, if we separate theme and style, then yes. I'm trying a slightly different style over on there. But over here, a lot of these were never built. The castle, the mega tree, and the lumber mill / forest. Those were planned builds. Everything else were either made on the fly or had slight planning creative. And how I came upon this style versus another style is via watching things on YouTube, seeing how other people did it, and then putting that into my own context. So in this case, I don't have a bed on me. Let me sleep. This is, by the way, this is one of like 3 interiors I've done. I suck at doing interiors and might do a stream one day of me just doing interiors because it needs to be done. But I'd say look at what works online. So look up block palettes, look up what people are doing, try to find a theme that you want to use, whether it's medieval, modern, futuristic, like solar punk, cyberpunk. Just find a style which you want to work in and see how other people are approaching the concept. So you have an idea of like, okay, what does this style entail? For me, this has gone in like somewhat of a medieval style. It's hard to say what exact style this is, but it's more medieval than it is anything else over here. And how I did it was just by kind of watching other people. A lot of this is based off like one YouTuber's building. His name's Whip, and that's how a lot of these ideas came to be. And I just would watch what he would do and kind of go, okay, this works really well. How can I put it into how my building is currently? Which has led to all of this. And then the mega tree was just a whim thing that I did. It took way too long. Don't do it. Glad I did it, but don't do it. And I just let it grow over time. Because I'll even flat out show you. These builds over here were the first ones. Not the forest. But like, this was the first build. This, objectively in my eyes, looks terrible. I want to redo it, but at the same time, it's the starter base. Shouldn't really do it. And then there's something like this, which I do love. I think it's still one of the better builds I've made, and it was inspired by something I made a long time ago. So it's more about finding what works for you. Like some of this, it's not textured at all. It has no... It has... It's very bland. Like the castle over here. I put more texture and all that into it. And what works is from here, this is aside from the grooves there, it's a flat wall. But just having the different textures allow it to pop and feel like there's some depth to it, even though there is none. I gotta come through here and actually kind of finish this build up, even though it sat for thousands of days unfinished. But I'd say playing stuff out in creative so you can figure out kind of where you want to go. That's what I did over here. I did that with my starter base, the bee farm. This was somewhat planned. I just changed the style from what I originally had it for. So this is a rebuild of something I had previously. And this was inspired heavily by Fwip's own moss farm because I liked the overall design. So I was like, what can I do to make it work? And gave it this look. It's more about finding what you like that fits the style. I will really date myself here. This was 5 years ago. I was on a nostalgia trip. This is actually the one thing in this place that I built that is actually in more my normal style now. As you can see, very different. This got blown up, got replaced. I never fixed it. But the terracotta, it doesn't work necessarily well with the spruce alone. It needs something to make it pop. And the roof is just spruce with some leaves with a random stair missing for some reason. For the time and my building level then, I think it was good. But I decided to challenge myself with a style that I had never done before. And this is where the whole this is the context to the mountains. I was a little insane during COVID and decided, let me build a mountain before Caves and Cliffs came out. Anyways, I decided I wasn't gonna do it like my normal thing. I was gonna do modern. Please don't do modern. It's a lot of work. The grind sucks, especially if it's like hardcore. Stay away from modern. But I did a completely different style than what I was used to, and it allowed me to think a little bit differently about building. It's just find what you're inspired to do at the time and run with it. If it's modern, go with it. Have fun. It sucks to do, but have at it. But this looks great. It's clean. Yeah, I built this after. I think this was built in 1.18. Or I got the Spore Blossoms, and this was already built. But just find what makes you happy and what you're inspired to build, and go from there. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter what your building level is now. It's more, can you look from here? Which I would say, okay, for the first time, the builds are very simple. They don't have a lot of detail, the texture, but that's also the modern style. But if I go now to here, this looks more rustic compared to it, but also it looks more lively. I had added more custom trees, even though these, I think they're still fine now, but like I said, my tree buildings come a long ways. It's just find what works for you and have it adjust over time. Everything should kind of fit. You look over here, there's not, aside from the nether portal, which is kind of purposely meant to stick out, nothing really feels out of place. It all works together. If you can do that, then I think you've done it. It should all feel kind of in place with one another. And you can tell because you look at the start over there. You look at the castle, which was built a little whiles after, and the lumber mill, which was built before the castle. They all have their unique style. They all have their unique color. But they don't feel out of place from one another, even though my buildings come a long ways since then. And even that, so far, in the creative world, even from back here, it doesn't feel out of place. It looks odd because there's no roof or anything on it, and it will look slightly different because I tried a new roof style. We're going to see. It will stick out, but I think that's fine. It shows 2024 building, late 2024 building, compared to early 21. So it shows the progression. And honestly, practice makes perfect. It takes practice to do it right. I've gone through countless designs that have had no weight. Big one being Guardian Farms. I've designed many Guardian Farms, and I've only had one of them be worthy of building in my eyes. You just gotta keep trying. Trial and error. Yeah, we'll finish this up today. I think we'll get up to here, and then I'll work a little bit over here because I need to get more grass. I am running so low on dirt. But yeah, that's my advice. Pick a style that interests you and see where it takes you. See what people are building, see the color palettes, and give your own twist to it. That's my rant on building. Ooh, how did I get the one block there? I need to change that. That really needs to change. Modern looks don't look bad, you just have to do them right. And I think the more blocks that have been added, like frog lights. Frog lights would have been amazing to have when I'm almost dead. This is why I don't do hardcore. Frog lights would have been amazing to have when I was building the modern style back then. Sadly, they just weren't there. So modern actually has many things going for it right now. Especially the way Minecraft is. And the new blocks like Deep Slate. Tough. Oh, I wish I had those back then. Because then Deep Slate and Tough give it this nice clean feeling. And that's what modern is. It's this clean approach where it's not made of woods and all that. It's made from stones and other materials like that. It's meant to feel a bit odd or out of place. Okay, fill in the hole. Then it'll be 11 o'clock. Jesus Christ. I got things I need to do tomorrow. Plus, it's moving at where I'm currently living, so it is gonna be chaos tomorrow. Don't worry, man. I appreciate anyone that stops by. Doesn't happen too often, so it's nice to have other people come by and hang out for a little bit. Nope. Okay, so not. How does that look? I don't like that. No, no. Take this down to here and bring this up, and I think that'll work. I placed the bed down and didn't pick it up, I think. Or did I leave it over here? I left it over here. Yay! I wasn't an idiot. I actually kept my bed where it should be. Well, it shouldn't be here, but I kept it where I last placed it. God, that's a miracle. Okay. Where's my torches? I forgot to light it up. Shoot, I already forgot where. Right here. Okay. Don't like that either. Gotta fix that. But I think I can bring this down and up. But I want to bring this up. No, I'll bring this down. That's the thing. Okay, there's that. Culver's, yeah. I know that's just an ad, but Culver's is actually a really good place to eat. Just don't get the maybe don't get the shrimp when you're in Wisconsin. Otherwise, you might end up like me and on a 16-hour, an 8-hour rest of your drive to Michigan, and you end up with food poisoning. And everyone in the car hates you for it, and they all tell you, "Told you so." Ah, it's meant to be cart accessible, and I'm only making that worse. Yeah, that looks better. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. It's not nearly as harsh. It still has a harsh line, which I think I'll be able to fix when I add the rest of it. We'll see how long that takes me to do. I just felt like today I was like, oh, I don't really want to build the winery up right now. So I was like, well, I could work on a bit of terraforming in an area that has been needing it for some time. So we're here doing terraforming. There we go. That I'll just replace. No, not grass, stone. Bring this side up. Okay, if I'm gonna do that, this needs to come up so it doesn't feel out of place. That can stick out. That gives a little green to the edge, which is actually a good thing here. Breaks up the wall of stone. Just gives you a little peak on the side, which is really all it needs to do. Oh, that's a freaking pain. That's honestly part of the reason why I've been gone for as long as I have been. I'm having to live life with this freaking pain now. Which means holding my head at certain angles for too long really hurts. It gets stiff after a while now, so. Oh. Yeah, great sound. You know, I could have just done slightly turned that down. Okay. I kind of want to leave like this slowly coming over, but then also maybe add a few up here. My thinking being like they started doing some quarry stuff up here and then just let the grass take over again. I'm playing Minecraft and building in lore. Jesus Christ. I don't play D&D either, so this does not make any sense, but whatever, it's fine. It also just helps kind of establish this a little bit better. Then we'll do one more here, and I think that will help kind of help establish some of this a little bit better. Make it so, hey, I don't have to terraform that. I can just leave it like that, and it makes perfect sense. Have a good night, mate. Yeah, that saves me from having to terraform that. Oh, I just realized that's there. It'll get the same treatment. As much as I don't want to do this all over the place over here, this makes sense because they would have had to cut this back for like construction reasons. So honestly, this makes a lick of sense to cut back and actually give this same boulder treat, or I wouldn't call this boulder, but cutout treatment. I feel like this is more like thinking of along the lines of like a marble quarry. For those who don't know what that is, you cut marble out by the chunk. You don't just kind of gather the rock, because marble, granite, those stuff, you want the slabs more than anything else. You want slabs of it, not just chunks of it. So that's why a lot of those quarries have this square and geometric feel to them. And that's kind of what I'm going for over here, because it's much easier to terraform that. And it's a bit of terraforming I've never even tried. So it's honestly a lot of fun to just try a new style of terraforming. Then yeah, we'll put one. Ran out of stone again. God, I've used this much stone for this, and I have a mountain project on the somewhat near horizon. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, or when I'm gonna start it. I shouldn't say get to it, when I'll start it, because it's gonna be, God, that project's gonna take me probably at least a year to complete, if not longer. But yeah, I need to get that stone farm going soon if I want any hopes of actually completing that project in a reasonable time frame. I've already started gathering the other materials that I need for it. It's just I've been putting off making redstone farms. Yeah, we'll do this, and then I can kind of pitch this somewhat further back, then start to lower this down, which I think will help, rather than making this all flat. What time is it? It is 11 o'clock. do I want to call it yet, or do I want to go for a little bit longer? I'll go for 15 more minutes. We'll do an hour, 40-ish minute stream today. I think that's a good number to end on. Smooth this out. Besides, some of you are still watching, so I mean, I don't mind going a little bit longer. I don't know who is still watching, but I do genuinely appreciate it. You know, when I came back, I was kind of worried it would be a very similar story to how it previously had gone for me with this kind of stuff. So to see, like, okay, it's nothing spectacular, but it's still something. It's encouraging. Especially with everything that has happened. It's encouraging to see some actual numbers on this. And we'll see. Like I said, this is all just trying it. Going at it one more time. See what it takes, and we'll see where it goes. I shouldn't talk about life stuff too much. I just realized the one person that was watching has now left. It's so sad. I'll bring this up so it's flush, so I can actually start placing some grass in. Rain alert. Thank you, weather. You're terrible. So for those that don't know, I have been in college now for 2 years. I'll be on co-op, but this will be my junior year. And I am living quite a ways away from home. And the biggest thing for me getting used to is it is so much rainier up here where I'm currently at compared to up north. It is ridiculous. Like, it's like thunderstorms, rain. Where I'm from, oh yeah, it rains once. It rains, but it's never like a daily thing. Here, oh, every other day it rains. Like, I just want some normal weather. Is that too much to ask for? But apparently, yeah, for up here, yeah, a little bit. And I'm hoping we get some good snow this year so we can actually run as a team some snowmobiles, which would be a lot of fun and a little bit of redemption for me, since last time I seriously rode one and pure confidence was the day I flipped it on myself. So it'd be good to maybe not do that again. So hopefully we'll get some snow. Feel like I'm at home again. Give me some cold weather and we'll see where she goes. Actually, we'll do one of these here. Yeah, this is working out. I might add 1 or 2 here, but this is helping. Oh, this is really helping. And then I want to just start slowly making these smaller and smaller. Like add some grass in. Just make them so they kind of just fade. Which is what I want. I want these to not feel as important. And like right here, I gotta smooth this part out, but there. Yes, perfect. That's what I wanted, just for it to come around the corner and bleed off. Added a few here. Did this side. All I did was place stone and grass, but it's coming along. I need to actually put the coarse dirt in here. I think that might be next stream. You know, I'm actually enjoying working on the terraform bit over here, so that might be the next stream. Which, like I said, we'll see how often I do streams. They might not be the most common thing, but I'm going to try to do at least one a week, and I think that's a fair number. I need to, before I forget. This all? Yes. I know I'm using GDCam. It helps to find the dark places in my terraforming. That's fine. Okay, so we didn't get to what I was actually planning on doing today. Originally it was going to do this whole area, and then I got severely sidetracked and started working over there, which led to this, which led to this. But I mean, it's all progress, and that's what's more important right now, is getting some work done on this. And I think it's coming along. It's slowly coming along. The more we do, the better it's going to look. And I mean, you take this screenshot. If you look at it from here, it looks actually pretty good. Nor the markers for a new another building that's going to get put in here. And I have to add at least one, maybe two cranes. I might add a second crane here. But it's definitely coming along. And what I can't wait for is this. This view is going to look great with the pig area, or the pigsty. And then the mountain is actually going to finish on this side. So this is where the mountain range finishes. It finishes on the other side of the mega tree. So it's going to be a project. But I think it's going to look really good when it's all said and done. So, yeah, honestly, good place to leave today off. For those that did come, I genuinely appreciate it. This has, I think, been the most I've had at one point for live streaming, which is very nice, and I am very thankful for that. So, I'm going to be doing this more often. I'm going to try to find time for it all. I'm going to be busy, but I will try at least. If this is all it is, just streaming, hanging out, having some fun while I do this, good enough for me. So, for those that did tune in, thank you so much. And even if you didn't chat, I still appreciate you actually sitting down and watching and listening to my very raspy voice at the moment. I'm realizing that now I'm starting to lose it a little bit, which is not the best, but, you know, that's what happens when you do it after work. So, yeah, I genuinely do appreciate it. And, yeah. That's all from me today. Hope you have a good evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. And I will see you in the next live stream, which will probably be back here doing more work. Yeah.